Evening, folks. It is definitely getting a little dicey out here. So, once again, I think it's no surprise, just in time for summer. I'm going to just go out of range when I haven't moved. Just the beginning of the summer, now we get this Carmelo Anthony bullshit. How they can even attempt to make a race baiting situation out of this just shows how fucking desperate and despicable and deplorable and disgusting these fucking people are on both sides. Whatever. I refuse to talk about it because that's what they want us talking about. The thumbnail is, when I moved here 4 years ago and moved into the part of town we did, people used to say, "Oh, you're lucky. That's the good part of town." Well, there goes the neighborhood. Because that thumbnail is literally right across the street from where I live. Also happens to be one of the properties we patrol. And that was the scene at 7:30 when I left to go to work tonight. So sometime between 5:30 when my wife came home and I left at 7:15-ish, someone got shot and killed in the Kroger parking lot. Second person to be shot and killed in a Kroger parking lot in Columbus in the last week. What's with Kroger? Apparently it's where gangsters prefer to shop and shoot people. So there went the neighborhood. On top of that, they arrested a gang of teenagers between 15 to 18 a few weeks, maybe a month ago now, that were terrorizing the city for 2 years, breaking into cars, and these guys were professionals. They were not fucking around. One night, I was parked in a parking lot across the street from a hotel we patrol that the week before, and they always hit for some reason, not always, but usually 5, 6 in the morning. Like when shift changes are happening or something. Anyways, this hotel we patrol, one of the breakfast buffet cook ladies went out to get something out of her car when they were in the middle of breaking into shit, and they put a gun in her face until they got done what they were doing and took off. But they would, they'll hit 15, 18, 20 cars at a time. Mostly trucks, because they're looking for guns. If you look up the story and see the guns they got, number one, what are people doing leaving these fucking guns in their cars when they're staying in a hotel overnight? Stupid as fuck. But regardless, look at some of the fucking guns these guys had their hands on. So about a week later, I'm parked at the parking lot across the street, kind of backed up against the building, trying to, staking out, trying to be incognito. For months we had been doing this, and CPD. Finally, I see this car whipping in the parking lot. I'm like, wow, they were going awful fast. Well, let me go see what's up with that. So I pull into the parking lot. Between the time of them going through the parking aisle, I go in, and of course, some guy has to be backing out some guest at the hotel, blocks me from fucking... In that time, in the 10, 15 seconds it took him to back out and get the fuck out of my way, they had already broke one truck window, got in there, see they didn't want anything. Then as I'm coming around the corner, they're coming, so I'm looking at them, they're looking at me, side to side, and it's on. I'm like, fuck that. It's about to be world's craziest security guard chases up in this bitch. So I whipped around and I started following them. I followed them for a little bit. They ran a red light on a major intersection. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking chase them. I was just trying to get close enough to get the license plate, but they always use stolen cars. But I'm thinking, if I can at least get the plate out right now while they're still in it, maybe if somebody that can actually do something about it could stop them, but they didn't. So anyways, long story longer, they arrested these guys about a month ago or so. Turns out their aunt was the ringleader, or one of them, instructing all these. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's the same crew that I used to work at, another company I worked at. We worked at a cancer center. They were so into this. This is so their job, career choice, They would go into the cancer treatment center, have someone go in there and fake like they need treatment and start filling out paperwork so that they could keep an eye on the people's car they're going to steal while they're in the building to make sure they don't come out. That's how fucking disgusting these people are. So, speaking of cancer, my wife has been diagnosed with turbo cancer. So, get to deal with that this summer. Summer hasn't even started, and these assholes are shooting each other left and right. Just, hopefully you're in a gun-friendly state and do not go anywhere without that sumbitch. I made the joke on the group chat last night. Oh, the whole point of the people breaking into the cars. So I'm out working on my car last night. 2 black Impalas go flying by me in a fucking apartment complex. Go 20, 30 miles an hour around the corner, lighting up the tires. I'm like, fuckery's getting a little ridiculous around here. Not 2 hours later, I get a group text from work, because we patrol that area. Be on the lookout for a black Impala. They're hitting vehicles in the hotel parking lots. So I respond, well, it's probably 2 black Impalas because they were fucking around here about 2 hours ago. And I said at that time, luckily for me, I don't work on my car day or night out here without a gun in my pocket. And that's just the world we live in now, folks. With this economy, the financial stress, everyone, even normal, regular people are going to lose it a lot faster. The amount of suicide by cop videos I see on Police Activity and other channels now is just off the charts. So God bless you, folks. Be careful, stay alert. Please, once again, if you could send some prayers my wife's way, I would greatly appreciate it. She needs them.